Every time you say yes to something unimportant, you quietly say no to something that truly matters. Your time, your energy, your focus. These are limited. Yet most people give them away without thinking, trying to please everyone, afraid of disappointing others. But in doing so, they slowly lose control of their own life. The truth is, not every opportunity deserves your attention. Not every request deserves your agreement. And not every person deserves access to your time. There is power in restraint. There is strength in boundaries. And there is freedom in choosing what you refuse. Saying no is not arrogance. It is not selfishness. It is clarity. It is discipline. It is self-respect. Because every strong no you speak protects a stronger yes within you. Today, we explore the quiet power of saying no. The power of saying no. The power hidden in number and luxury is often associated with abundance, with having everything one desires at a moment's notice. Yet the Stoics understood a deeper truth. True luxury is found not in what we take, but in what we refuse. To say yes to everything is to be owned by the world, to be pulled by endless distractions, desires, and obligations. To say no is to reclaim authority over time, attention, and energy, the most refined forms of wealth. Most people fear the word no. They worry it will close doors, damage relationships, or limit experiences. But the Stoics recognize that unchecked yeses enslave the mind and fragment the spirit. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the importance of discipline, restraint, and intentional choice. Every no spoken deliberately protects the space in which wisdom, serenity, and focus can flourish. It is through saying no that the mind gains clarity and the life gains meaning. Consider the modern world. Notifications, meetings, social obligations, endless offers of entertainment or indulgence. Every yes given lightly is a small theft of time, a quiet erosion of freedom. True luxury, however, is the ability to refuse what does not serve. A quiet morning, an hour of reading, a reflective walk. These simple, subtle moments are precious. They are the opulent spaces in life that cannot be purchased, only protected. Saying no is not denial. It is choice. It is refinement. It is the art of living deliberately. A Stoic sees that by refusing the unnecessary, one creates room for the essential, time for thought, freedom to act with purpose, and the ability to experience luxury in its most profound form. This is the hidden wealth of life. The power to choose what enters your mind, your schedule, and your attention. Luxury, in the Stoic sense, is therefore inseparable from discipline. Each no preserves your inner calm, strengthens your autonomy, and deepens your appreciation for what truly matters. To master the art of saying no is to elevate every yes that matters, whether it is time with loved ones, meaningful work, or personal growth. It is in the restraint, the refusal, and the boundaries we set that we experience the quiet, enduring luxury of life well lived. Saying no to desire and distraction. Luxury is not only about possessions or comfort. It is the freedom to live intentionally, free from the chains of unnecessary desire. The Stoics taught that uncontrolled desire is one of the greatest thieves of life. Every craving, every impulse to indulge, every mindless yes to temptation erodes not just our time, but our serenity. To live richly, one must learn the art of saying no. Desire is seductive. It whispers promises of pleasure, status, or recognition, yet it never delivers lasting satisfaction. A luxurious car, a rare jewel, a lavish vacation. They bring temporary delight, but leave the soul restless if they become compulsions. The Stoics remind us, external things are indifferent. They are neither good nor bad in themselves. What matters is how we engage with them. Saying no to desire is an act of mastery, a quiet assertion of autonomy over impulses that would otherwise dominate us. Distractions are equally costly. The modern world bombards us with endless noise, notifications, entertainment, obligations, and social pressures. Every yes to these demands is a yes away from freedom, reflection, and meaningful action. A person who cannot refuse trivialities is enslaved by them. A Stoic, however, embraces the discipline of selective engagement. Each no is a protective boundary, safeguarding the precious space where thought, creativity, and true luxury can flourish. Consider the life of a wealthy individual who constantly indulges every whim or follows every trend. Despite material abundance, their time is fragmented, their focus scattered, their inner calm compromised. Contrast this with someone who lives intentionally, refusing what is unnecessary, even when it is tempting or socially expected. Their life may appear modest on the surface, yet they possess the luxury of clarity, presence, and self-possession that wealth alone cannot provide. Saying no to desire and distraction is not deprivation. It is refinement. It creates the freedom to say yes to what matters. A morning spent in contemplation, a conversation that deepens understanding, a project that cultivates mastery, or a simple moment of quiet in a busy world. Each refusal is a step toward a life lived with intention, a life where luxury is measured not by abundance, but by the richness of experience and the depth of presence. Ultimately, the Stoics' luxury is the art of selective engagement. By refusing what does not serve our purpose, we reclaim our time, protect our focus, and cultivate a life of dignity and calm. In this practice, we discover that the greatest indulgence is not in acquiring, but in discerning, not in consuming, but in mastering desire. To say no is to elevate the soul, to claim the space in which true luxury, the luxury of freedom, thought, and serenity can reside. Saying no creates freedom. The essence of luxury is not the abundance of things, it is freedom. Every yes we give without thought diminishes it. Every no we speak deliberately expands it. The Stoics understood that true wealth is measured not by possessions, but by the autonomy to live deliberately, to spend time and energy on what truly matters. Saying no is the gateway to this freedom, the quiet act that transforms life from chaos to refinement. Every moment wasted on trivial demands, unnecessary obligations, or fleeting pleasures is a moment lost forever. The luxury of saying no is the ability to protect your most precious resource, time. By refusing what distracts, a Stoic carves out space for contemplation, meaningful work, and the cultivation of virtue. This is the type of luxury that money cannot buy, influence cannot grant, and status cannot imitate. It is earned through discipline, awareness, and courage. Consider the choices that define your day. The endless scroll of social media, invitations that drain rather than enrich, habits that soothe the moment but cloud the mind. Each time you say yes to these things without reflection, you surrender freedom. Each deliberate no reclaims it. This is the paradox of Stoic luxury. True richness grows not by accumulation, but by subtraction. By saying no to what is unnecessary, you gain the ability to say yes to what is meaningful. Freedom is not simply the absence of constraint, it is the presence of choice. A life filled with mindless yeses is enslaved by impulses, obligations, and societal pressures. A life shaped by thoughtful no's is guided by intention, clarity, and purpose. It allows one to live richly in every sense, to savor moments fully, to act with calm deliberation, and to experience the subtle opulence of self-mastery. Saying no also refines desire itself. When every impulse is indulged, pleasure is dulled, and richness of experience is lost. When refusal becomes practiced, even ordinary moments gain depth. A simple meal, a quiet morning, or a conversation with a friend becomes luxurious because it is chosen deliberately, not consumed passively. The luxury of freedom is thus inseparable from the discipline of no. Ultimately, to master the art of saying no is to master your life. It is to create a space where thought, action, and serenity flourish. It is to live richly, not in excess, but in deliberate abundance. By learning to refuse what diminishes us, we cultivate a life of true Stoic luxury, elegant, intentional, and profoundly free. Mastering the art of saying no. If the first three parts revealed the power of saying no, its ability to protect time, and how it creates freedom, then the final truth is this: mastery of no is mastery of life itself. The Stoics understood that true luxury is never external. It is cultivated internally through deliberate choices, disciplined habits, and the courage to refuse what diminishes the mind and soul. To say no is to reclaim ownership of your attention. It is to resist the subtle chains of desire, distraction, and expectation. The world offers endless invitations to indulge, consume, and conform. Yet these often lead not to fulfillment, but to restlessness. Each unconsidered yes erodes calm, clarity, and freedom. Each deliberate no strengthens sovereignty over one's life, creating a space in which true luxury, freedom, serenity, and wisdom can flourish. Saying no is not a limitation. It is an expansion. By refusing what is unnecessary, we make room for what is essential. Time once surrendered cannot be recovered. Yet every no spoken intentionally protects the rarest of treasures, the present moment. A quiet morning, an hour of reflection, a deliberate conversation. These are small luxuries that the disciplined mind can savor fully. They are inaccessible to those enslaved by every passing desire or social obligation. The Stoic approach is subtle but profound. Wealth, status, and possessions may adorn life, yet they do not guarantee serenity or presence. By contrast, the art of saying no transforms ordinary life into extraordinary living. It refines desire, sharpens focus, and creates inner elegance. It is a practice of discernment, a mark of refinement, and a statement that the individual's time, attention, and energy are not for every whim, but for the cultivation of a meaningful life. In mastering the art of saying no, one discovers the true luxury: autonomy over the self, sovereignty over time, and the freedom to live with clarity and purpose. This is the essence of Stoic refinement, a life rich not in accumulation, but in intention; rich not in noise, but in quiet; rich not in fleeting indulgence, but in enduring serenity. Ultimately, the luxury of saying no is the luxury of mastery. It is the foundation upon which freedom, wisdom, and inner peace are built. To live deliberately, to refuse what diminishes, and to embrace what enriches is to experience life at its highest refinement. In this practice, one is not merely wealthy, but truly free. And in freedom, every moment, every experience, every choice becomes a profound luxury. In the end, your life is shaped not only by what you choose, but by what you refuse. Every distraction you reject, every unnecessary demand you decline, every moment you protect, builds a life of intention, not obligation. You were never meant to be available to everyone. You were meant to be aligned with yourself. Because power is not in doing more, it is in doing what matters most. And those who understand this move differently. They speak less, but mean more. They do less, but achieve more. So the next time the world asks for your time, your energy, your attention, pause. And remember, every no you say is a silent act of self-respect. Choose wisely, protect your peace, and live with purpose. This is Stoic Luxury.